Hey YouTube, Mark here with another fragrance review, this time on the designer house of Burberry. This one called Burberry Weekend for Men. The whole rage in the mid-90s was, of course, fresh fragrances started taking over the top sellers list with, of course, Acqua di Gio, Issey Miyake, and CK1. And Burberry didn't have a fresh fragrance for men available as of yet. They decided to release Weekend. This was their answer to the fresh genre. I'm going to let you guys know if this fragrance was a huge flop or a success from the house of Burberry. Let's go. Alright guys, let's tackle presentation. The bottle in the box for Burberry Weekend for Men. Box first, of course. As you can see, pretty generic box for Burberry Weekend. This is all embossed, just to let you guys know. And of course you got the Burberry plaid pattern all across the box here. You got information at the bottom and at the back of the box. If you take a look at the bottle, very simplistic, plain bottle. You got Weekend in the middle, and then you got Burberry, and of course the plaid again running through the bottle. You got a sticker at the bottom of the bottle. The cap itself, highly detailed. You got Burberry all across the side here, and then you got the Burberry logo at the top. It's got a little bit of weight to it, not much. And that's basically it for presentation. Let's take a look at the sprayer here. Decent sprayer for Burberry Weekend. Let's get to the review. Alright guys, time to tackle bottle sizes for Burberry Weekend for Men. It comes in multiple sizes, 1 ounce, 1.7, 3.4, which is this guy right here. You're looking at pricing $25 to $75 American. Reason the big jump in pricing is because this fragrance has been available for quite some time. Not only that, but Burberry fragrances are available at a lot of stores. That's a great thing about this brand. So this fragrance right here, I'm sure my American friends can attest, it's available at TJ Maxx or Marshalls. It'll be available at your discounters, like online discounters like FragranceNet, FragranceX.com. Check them out if you really want a discounted rate on this, or you can pay retail if you wish to do so. This fragrance hit the shelves back in 1997, has not been in any of my top 20 list as of yet. Group, this is a citrus-based fragrance. I'm going to add in floral also. It does have a floral-like heart, even though there is no florals in the note breakdown. Recommended age, Burberry Weekend for Men is available, I would say for age range. This fragrance is really subtle, light. I could see a teenager wearing it right up to your grandpa. I really see anybody really wearing this. And I can also confidently say that this could be a unisex based fragrance. I could see women pulling this off. Now, how many sprays can wear? I go 5 sprays. I go 1 on the chest, 2 on the neck, of course 2 in the back of the ears right here. And then on my arms, if I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt like this, I'm going to go right in the middle of my arm right here. If I'm wearing a short sleeve, then it's going to go in my inner elbow. 5 sprays, you're good to go with Burberry Weekend for Men. Now let's tackle the notes. The note breakdown, let's take a look at the top notes. We got grapefruit, lemon, and tangerine. Very fresh, very zesty. In the middle, we got ivy leaves, oak moss, and sandalwood. So I'm thinking kind of greenish. And in the base, we got amber, honey, and musk. Major players is your top notes. Your grapefruit and your lemon is definitely zesty opening. The major players in the base, I would say mostly honey. And in the mid, your oak moss and your sandalwood. So let's get to it. And I'm going to let you guys know what Burberry Weekend smells like. Alright guys, time to sniff out Burberry Weekend for Men. I'm going to let you guys know what this smells like from top to bottom. Let's sniff out this sucker. Alright. Right off the bat, you can't miss it. Sharp citrus. Right off the bat. This is your main attraction, lemon. And sometimes I get a little bit of lime in here too. Nice. Very fresh, well done. Grapefruit joins the party. I would say after like 10 minutes on this sitting on your skin, grapefruit comes in and he's second in command. So you got your citrus, then you got your grapefruit. This makes a pretty juicy combo, I would say. A really nice introduction, very fresh, well done. I smelt a small hint of fruits in here. That could be a pineapple, a melon-like combo. And some green notes. That possibly could be the ivy or your oak moss. And that combo, the fruit and the green notes, really tone down the citrus in this introduction. After like half an hour, the citrus, the sharpness kind of goes away. Top note, very impressed, very juicy, very fresh, well done by Burberry Weekend. let's go into the mid. Let's tackle the heart. Now once this dries down on your skin for a bit, after that fresh opening, very nicely done, the citrus cloud calms down. And then you're left with what? A very synthetic floral. I was scratching my head. I'm like, there's no florals in the note breakdown. So I go back to the note breakdown. I'm like, no, there's no florals. Now I'm smelling it and I'm trying to figure out which floral it is. It's not lavender. What is it? It's jasmine. I actually smelled jasmine in this heart. There's a lot of male-based fragrances that do have jasmine in the heart, so you may pinpoint it in this fragrance, but there is definitely some floral. Now I can detect some green with the oak moss. There's a small hint of wood, not so much, but mostly a powdery amber. Now it had some sweetness to it, a little bit. And I don't think candied sweetness, more like the honey that's of course in the base of this fragrance. The honey showed up a little bit, giving it some sweetness. Don't get me wrong, this is definitely floral. It has a little bit of that citrus kind of in the background, but mostly powdery and floral. This is where you're going to turn off half the male population on this fragrance with its soapiness and the floral aspect of it. It kind of reminded me of clothes hanging outside in the breeze for the day. Bring it in and it has that freshness. It's very fresh, and it might actually turn some people to love this fragrance because it is very calming and fresh. But a lot of the male population will not want to smell like this, including myself. It was actually really synthetic, and I really didn't enjoy this mid as much as others do. Now in the base, let's go to the base of this fragrance. It was a musky ending mixed in with some amber and that honey. Very nicely done. I really enjoyed the base of this fragrance. It was really different to smell honey at the end of the fragrance. Let's get to the overview, and I'm going to let you guys know what I think, my 2 cents on Burberry Weekend for Men. Alright guys, time for the overview on Burberry Weekend for Men. This fragrance in a nutshell, a crispy citrus note sitting on top of an ocean breeze. I love the top on Burberry Weekend. It was fresh, it was citrusy, it was clean and well balanced. Then the heart came and my heart kind of sank. I was like, I don't know about this. Kind of like a laundry detergent, fresh floral. The base was nice since I did detect that honey. In a nutshell, the main part of the fragrance was subpar, which was actually the meat and potatoes of this fragrance, of every fragrance, is the heart. That's what you're going to get most out of the fragrance. That is not a good thing. I really didn't like the heart of this fragrance. Overall, this one disappointed with a regular citrus to start, then morphed into a floral, then a powdery like amber with a hint of green, then ending with a musky, honeyed amber. It's pretty light and can be worn year round. I can see this probably as a signature scent. I could see somebody wearing this quite a bit. It's simple, fresh, and clean. Arguably, not one of Burberry's best. I would, argue that this did not hit the top 3. On my list, definitely not. Why would you hate this fragrance? Well, a lot of people say boring. The dry down smells like detergent, which I attest. It's feminine, it's synthetic, the lasting power is not there, longevity and projection not very good, and very common scent. These fragrances with the citrus top and the floral mid are a dime a dozen. Alright, one word to describe this fragrance would have to be clean. Bottles. Burberry Weekend for Men really, right off the bat, my first couple wearings, light bulb hit. It really reminded me of 2 top sellers early in the 90s, Calvin Klein's CK1 and Issey Miyake's L'Odyssée pour Homme. This is definitely the same DNA as those 2 fragrances. If you're a lover of this and you haven't smelled those 2, smell those 2 out. You may actually really enjoy them. When I closed my eyes, this fragrance really reminded me of a summer spring ritual of mine. Get up super early in the morning, 5 a.m. It is the spring or summer. The sun is still not up yet, and I'm going for my morning jog. It's kind of foggy. It might have rained last night. It's kind of wet. I come back home, take my shower, change my clothes, of course, put on some of this, go outside on my deck or on the dock outside near a lake. It's still kind of dewy and foggy, reading my morning news, and the sun's coming up. Very quiet, peaceful, and clean. This is what this reminds me of. Now, best time to wear this fragrance, well, this is easily can be a signature scent for daily wear. I could see you, of course, wearing in the office or of course at school, casually on the weekend, yeah, why not? Compliment factor. This fragrance and the compliment factor did mid to low score. Most fragrances I test out usually don't get compliments at all. I have to go fishing for compliments. This one got probably 1 or 2 during a year and a half of testing, so pretty good, to be honest. It's not a compliment getter, but it did get a few, and that's a good thing. So Burberry Weekend, mid to low score as a compliment factor. My 2 cents. Weekend is nowhere near the best of the Burberry lineup. I would be hard pressed to put this in my top 3 for Burberry. For men in this lineup, this guy probably won't make it. Same thing as far as genre goes. In the citrus floral genre, this fragrance, I would really be hard pressed to put in the best. Issey and of course Issey Miyake pour Homme and CK1 own that genre, and this one is a valiant effort but did not come close to those two. Issey Miyake and CK1, talking about those, they just did it better. Those fragrances last longer on my skin, and they came out before this one, kind of making it like a redundant release or something that I wouldn't really wear much. If I want to go fresh and clean with a floral mid, I'm gonna go with those ones. So this fragrance they did okay. Burberry did well. If this is a fragrance that you've been wearing quite a bit, you'll probably enjoy it. You like it. Check out CK1 and Issey Miyake. You probably won't be disappointed with those guys. It's solid, but it's nowhere near where it should be, especially coming out like 4 or 5 years after those 2 fragrances. You gotta improve on the DNA. They didn't, and I think it's a solid release, but again, a redundant release from Burberry. Buy, try, or pass. Personally, for me, this is going to be an absolute pass, not because it smells bad, but only because there's better out there. Simple enough. Let's get to the rating system and see how Burberry Weekend is here. 4 bottles out of 10 for projection. Mostly a skin scent. You're not going to get much projection on this guy. Longevity, sad. 3 bottles out of 10. On the best day, it's going to give me 2 to 4 hours. Versatility, better numbers. We got 6 bottles out of 10. It's not the most versatile fragrance on the market today, but it can be a signature scent for daily wear. Overall smell, 7 bottles out of 10. I think it's solid, but not over the top great. Seasons, I'll most likely wear this in the summer and spring, mostly. It is a solid fresh scent from Burberry, but it has a really sad floral, soapy mid. I love the citrus at the top, and then of course in the base the honey note was absolutely gorgeous. It is signature scent worthy for a lot of people out there. I know there is a lot of lovers of this fragrance. Overall, I'm going to give this one 6 bottles out of 10.